Okay, now the next part is very important, is the solutions before we jump to flows. Okay, we'll talk about the solution and then we'll stop here. We'll talk about the deployment as well. Sorry. Okay, now what the solution is, this is a theoretical part. Okay, now if I go here, so this solution is nothing but a package. Okay, solution is a package. Okay, package of objects. Okay, now let's take example, very simple example. If let's say you're staying on rent, right, in house one, and then you want to shift it to house two. Okay, this house one is your dev environment, house two is your test environment or prod environment. Okay, let's take three house one, house two, house three. Okay, dev, test, and prod. Okay, now when you're moving from house one to house two or house three, what will happen? You have to move all your appliances and everything, right? So the one option is you move everything one by one, right? You will move each and every component one by one. You have first you took your sofa, you moved to house two, then you came back, then you took your fridge, refrigerator to house two, then you came back, you took your utensils to house two, right? So you are taking one thing at a time, right? Now, if instead of taking that one by one, what you have done, you have hired someone who's a packer and mover. So what they will do, they will pack all your stuff into, will do the packing and move everything into one single time, right? They will pack your refrigerator, they will pack your all the utensils, they will pack your sofa, they will pack your washing machine, everything. They will bring one big container, put everything inside that container, and that they will move to second house. And if you want to move from second to third, you can do that way, right? So what it is doing, they are creating a package of all the things that are available and they're moving them together instead of moving one by one. Now if you remember what I have told you, like if I'm building this application and I want to move this app from this environment to other environment, I have option to export package. I will export from here, I will go to other environment, I will import there, right? That's how we can move the application. Now we can do this if we have only one application. But imagine you are working on the large project where you have number of let's say there is one power app, you have 4 5 tables and 4 5 power automate flows. There are a number of things for that project, right? So what we will do in that case, you cannot do that for each and every item. So what you will do, will create a solution. So let's say if I take example of any this, let's say test solution. Not this one. This is only one item. Let's go to other solution. Let's say I'm going to this one. This is one of the solution I have created. Now, if you go inside this solution, I have this many objects, right? I have the user table, I have product type, that's a choice. Then I have the production request, I have the production request. Again, one is a model driven one is a site app, then there is a table, there is a canvas app. So if you see, I have two applications, two apps. There is a one choice type. Now, this choice type that you are seeing, this I will teach you at the time of model driven app. Okay. Then if you have the tables, if you see, there I have the two model, so this data was tables. Okay. If I want to move all this, what I will do, I will create a solution. I will put everything into one single place, and then I will move it to from one environment to other environment. Okay. So that is what we have the solution. So solution is nothing but the package of all the objects, whether it can be app, it can be power automate flow, it can be tables, everything that you want to use in your application, that you will put inside the one solution. Okay. Now there are, if you see, we are having two types of solution. One is unmanaged, one is managed. Okay. Now listen this part very carefully. This is a theoretical thing and this is interview ask question. Okay. So you have unmanaged and manage, right? So what do you mean by unmanaged? Currently, if you see there, there's an icon. Unmanaged, you have the edit icon. For manage, you have the logged icon. So the unmanaged means where you can edit the objects, okay, especially the dev environment. Only dev environment should remain as unmanaged. So you can edit any object into unmanaged solution. If you go to the managed solution, the things are logged. It means you can use that, but you cannot edit any object of it, right? This managed solution will be useful in the test environment and prod environment. Why? Because let's say if you have three different environments, right, and you want to keep all the environment into sync, whatever changes you are doing on the dev level, that should reflect in the test and also in the prod. Why? Because let's say today you are building this car production tracker, right? You have four columns in your SharePoint list. Tomorrow, if your client came and he asked you to add two more columns, and you have done that directly into the production environment, and after 1 year they came with four new columns. So originally you have four columns, later they asked for two, and then they come up with new four columns. So total you have the 10 columns, right? And you are previously you have done that changes directly to those two columns, you have added directly to the prod environment. So when you will go to the test and dev, those columns are missing. When you will add new requirement changes, four new columns, some changes to application, some logic changes, and you deploy that solution again to the prod environment, those two columns will be missed, right? That's why whenever we are making changes in the Power App, we go to unmanaged layer, make all the changes to the dev environment, and then move everything to the test environment and prod environment as a managed solution. Manage in the sense read only. Your dev environment is only unmanaged, where you can edit all the components. But once you go to the test and prod environment, you have to make sure that everything is managed. That is read only. So in the interview, they will ask you the question, what is solution? Which environment you will keep unmanaged? Which environment you will keep managed? They may ask you. That will be counter question. First question will be, what is solution? What are the types of solution? Right? And if you answer that question, okay, this is a package, then there are two types, manage and manage. The next question will be, which environment you will keep unmanaged? Which environment you will keep managed? Right? Then why? That question will come why. Okay, so you using this definition of manage and manage, that you can edit, and the example I have given you, if you give this example, this will help you. Okay, and then you can easily crack that part. That's the only thing they expect from the in the answer. Okay, now, so this is, we have learned what is manage and manage, and then if I go inside, we can see all the things, we can add components also. Now, if I want to deploy this solution, right, just like we have deployed the app, for the solution also you have that option, export solution, right? Export, import, the same thing. Export solution here. If I click on the export solution, you can either publish all changes. You should do that, and then once it is done, you will click on next. Okay, once you click on next, it will do some testing, some changes, and then it will go and ask you to whether you want to export this solution as manage or unmanage. As I said, if you're moving to the test and prod environment, make them manage. If you're moving this to some other development environment, make it unmanaged. Okay, and then if you do that export, you will get the zip file, go to other environment, import solution, everything will get imported. Clear? Yes or no? This is the one method. The second method is automated. So you have this deployment. So you will click on the deployment. It is asking you to build a deployment cycle for you. Okay, so what it says, get started. Create a solution, deploy solution using pipeline, overview of application lifecycle management. Okay, don't show this card again. This is fine. You will see deployments here. Now what we'll do, we'll create a deployment cycle here. Oh, let me go to the previous screen. We'll create a deployment cycle. Okay, now, so I will select this car production. I will click on this deploy. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a pipeline. Now this is called as the uh, pipeline thing, right? You know, all this pipeline means it will move to the XYZ and blah blah things. Okay, so this is my dev environment, deployment development environment. Now I want to, which environment you have to move it, right? So I currently I want to move this to the test environment, this learning account 3 environment. So I will say deploy here. Okay, now it is asking for all the things, deployment, whether you want to schedule the deployment or you want to deploy this now. So I will say now and click on next. The moment I will do this, this will create. Now there is an error. Could not, what it says, the error while retrieving the environment details, the environment could not be found on the tenant. Now it is saying that Learning account 3 environment is not found. Why it is not finding? Let's see. I'll discard this. Or maybe I'd okay. So that account do not exist. So let's say take this learning account 7 environment. Okay. I will go to environments. This environment does not exist. Why it is not changing this? Okay, I will say edit pipeline. No, we don't want to do that. Add stages. Okay, let's say I'm taking this one. I will say test environment. Okay, the target environment is this one. I will click on save. Okay, but it got added there. I want to remove this. So I will select this. I will delete this one. Since I don't have this, okay, it's completely got deleted. Okay, let's build a new one. Solution deployment. Okay, then we have to select the target. I'm picking this learning account 7. I will click on save. I don't know whether I have access to this or not, but we'll use that one. Okay, now it got done. I have created the pipeline. You can add more stages like dev to test, test to prod. Okay, and I will say uh, deploy here. Okay, it is asking. I will say right now. It is validating everything. So this is the kind of deployment pipeline from dev to test, test to prod kind of thing. Okay, again it is throwing error. The user has not assigned any role. So maybe why it is not allowing me to do, because in this test account 7 environment, I don't have the privilege to deploy this. Okay, so they have to assign me the admin role into that particular environment. Then only I will be able to move the solution from this environment to other environment. Okay, but this is how you can create the solution, sorry, create the pipeline to deploy your solution. You can go to run history, will check all the run history, how many times this has been deployed, and you can either automate this or you can do the manual deployment. I will always say like go with the manual deployment, because you don't, if you automate this, it may be like sometime you're making changes which is not ready and system will deploy that to the environment. So keep it manual. If you know like it is a very frequent updates or something, then you can make it auto. But if you know that whenever you will make the changes, you will do the testing, then only you want to deploy it. So keep it, create the pipeline and click on deploy here. So system will manually deploy that. You don't have to do export import thing. Okay. So this is how you create a pipeline and deploy the solution between the two different environments. Any question on this part? And you can create multiple pipelines. Okay.
So access
Mhm.
is admin access is required, right? While deploying
In
it.
both the environment, on both the environment, you will
Only
need that.
admin or any other
Admin
access is also
privilege,
fine.
admin privilege is sufficient. So if I see, I will show you here.
Hmm?
So this is my environment, right? So what I need to do, I will go to admin center. I will show you the admin center. How you can check. Say if I go to admin center, on the both environment, you should have the admin privilege. Okay. Then only you will able to deploy that. And generally, as a developer, you have that privilege. These are the created by our learners, so they have not granted me permission into that. But I will show you how to do that. Okay, so if I go to manage, okay, this is the admin center. Here it will show you all your environments, the default one also. So this is the default one. I have full privilege. Now I was going to learning account 7. I was trying into that. So I will go there. And here I will go to the users and I will see. So I don't have the permission for this. So the person who created this environment, that person can grant me access. I will show you on the default environment. So if I go to the default environment and go to the users, so here I have this account. I will click on manage security role. And if I scroll down, it has all the roles for me, environment maker and everything. The most important is system administrator. So I should have the system administrator on both the environments so that I can move or do the deployment. Generally, as a developer, you have that. Okay, if you're the developer, they will provide you either directly to your account or the service account. Okay, clear with this
Yes,
part? Yes or no?
yes, yes, yes.
Great. Okay. Any question till now? So we have covered solution, we have covered the deployment, how you can create the deployment pipeline. We have covered the plan part, and what we have got the home. This is done. Learning is done. Plans are done. AI hub is pending. That will cover at the end after learning Power Automate Flow. Tables. This will be like model driven app thing. Agents also will come later. So if you see, I have created some agents here, virtual agents. Monitor we have seen. All these things will come one by one. Okay. So yeah. So I think I'm done for the day from my end. If you guys have any questions, anything to discuss, we can discuss. If not, then we can connect next week. There we'll start with the Power Automate Flow. So we'll start fresh from next week. We'll jump to Power Automate Flow. Once Power Automate Flow is done, we'll come back to data version model driven app. After model driven app, we'll go to Copilot and then we'll go to Power BI. Okay.